We have big breaking news here. SIT sources tell us that Subodh Kumar was in all likelihood shot by his own weapon. Inspector Subodh Kumar was shot by a police pistol, which is in all probability his own weapon. That's the big breaking information coming in here on Mirror Now. Now this is going to be critical because already there was news about whether the police is involved. The family had alleged that the role of the police must also be scrutinized. Whether, and how is it that his own pistol was used for the killing? That is something that will now, of course, raise many questions. Prashant is joining me on the phone line. Prashant, with this information now, the case is looking very different from what it did initially, because we, of course, reported it to be an incident of mob violence. It seems now that his own weapon was used to kill. That is what SIT sources are telling us?
Well, absolutely. And in the shocking disclosure, what sources within the SIT are confirming to me right now is that there's a high possibility that Mr. Yadav was killed by his own pistol, because remember, the local youth, the local goons who wander around in the city, they won't be having a high-end pistol like the UP police guys have. And the postmortem report has very clearly said that perhaps it was a .32 mm bore that was used to kill Mr. Subodh. So clearly, it's a big disclosure that is coming to fore. If at all it's true, it's going to be, it will turn the story upside down, because remember, then it will be a clear violation of rules. It will also give you a sense of how bolstered the minds of these people are, so that they can snatch a pistol from a police officer and kill him, in front of everyone else. So this is something that's going to be huge as the SIT report will come out.
Right, and in this particular case again, Prashant, the questions are being raised about what about the police force? Why wasn't this thing prevented? How is it possible that you have a police officer so helpless, and then he had an assault weapon with him? Somebody who is already armed is so helpless with a bunch of people who attack him. So there are a lot of unanswered questions, Prashant.
Well, absolutely. There are a lot of unanswered questions, and also the UP police needs to answer all these questions, because remember, he was a FHO. He was not someone who would be walking alone on any street. He was someone who was being driven around by in the presence of police force, driver. The driver, however, has come out and said that perhaps we were outnumbered by the mob there, and that's the reason why most of us ran towards our safety. And Mr. Yadav was someone who was caught by the mob, and then he was assaulted. First he was shot, and then when the driver and the other cops who were left there, when they tried to take Mr. Yadav to a hospital, they were stopped. So there are two cases here. First, of course, of shooting him, and second, of obstructing the way of him being taken to hospital. So these are very grave charges, some grave questions that remain unanswered. And even as we speak, no answers to that have come. All we know is that 3 people have been arrested, an FIR against 27 named, and 60 unidentified people have been lost. But shockingly, only 3 arrests have been made, even the 36 hours have been passed of the incident.
Right. Let me recap for our viewers the news that we are breaking at this point. Prashant is bringing us this information that SIT sources have now revealed the weapon that was used to kill Inspector Subodh Kumar is in all likelihood his own pistol, which means that somebody first snatched the pistol from him and used that weapon to kill the police officer. He was an SHO rank officer. 3 people have been arrested. 6 probe teams formed in this case. 25 locations were raided to nab 80 accused. Out of that, 27 accused have been named in an FIR. 60, unnamed accused also mentioned. In fact, what we understand, and Prashant will tell us more about this, that among the accused are certain Bajrang Dal and VHP leaders. Prashant, is there any more information or clarity coming in on who was involved in this attack?
It's absolutely clear from the kind of posters and the kind of pictures that we have seen of Mr. Yogesh. He happens to be a local convener of the Bajrang Dal, and apart from him, one local youth wing president of BJP is also named, and another VHP member has also been named. So clearly there is a political connection to it, and that's the reason why you have the UP police not coming out and clearly in a way saying that perhaps these are members of the political outfit. And this also is something that the UP police needs to come out and answer, because why is it that the UP police wants to hide the identity, the designation of all these people who have been accused and who have been named in the FIRs? Clearly, a lot of questions still remain unanswered. and the UP police has a lot of answering to do. But Afrida, on the other hand, even as we speak, even as the state burns, even as the complete law and order situation goes for a toss, the UP Chief Minister is inaugurating some puja in his own hometown. First Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Keshav Prasad Maurya, is campaigning in Rajasthan. And same story goes with the second Deputy Chief Minister. Also, the Chief Minister and the two Deputy Chief Ministers are chopper hopping and doing puja and campaigning in the other state while the state burns.
We continue to question that. Why is the Chief Minister at this critical hour missing in action? Why is election campaigning more important than law and order in Uttar Pradesh, which is clearly in tatters at this point in time? Thanks for joining us, Prashant, with your information.